What if I told you that the heaviness in your legs right now could quietly turn into a loss of balance, independence, or even a dangerous fall within the next few years? That may sound alarming, but it's a pattern I've seen again and again in adults over 60 across the United States. It rarely starts with pain. It starts with small, subtle signs most people brush off: legs that feel tired by the afternoon, ankles that swell by evening, or that brief moment of unsteadiness when standing up. Many people assume it's just aging, something to live with. But here's what most don't realize. In many cases, the issue isn't your heart. It's that your leg muscles have stopped actively supporting your circulation. And when that system slows down, your entire body begins to feel it. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 simple chair exercises, movements you can do safely at home that help reactivate circulation, reduce that heavy feeling, and most importantly, help you stay steady, confident, and in control of your body. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 1. Seated calf pump, the one chair exercise that acts like a second heart for your legs. It may surprise you, but the moment your legs start feeling heavy in the afternoon isn't always about fatigue. It's often your circulation quietly slowing down. Many older adults I speak with think, I didn't do much today, so why do my legs feel this tired? The answer is simple and often overlooked. When your calf muscles stop actively working, blood begins to settle in your lower legs instead of flowing back up efficiently. Here's what matters most for you to understand. Your calf muscles are not just for walking. They function like a natural pump, what many clinicians call a second heart. Every time they contract, they help push blood upward against gravity. But when you sit for long periods, especially watching television or reading, that pump becomes inactive. Over time, this leads to swelling around the ankles, a tight or heavy sensation, and even discomfort at night. This is where the seated calf pump becomes incredibly valuable. It looks simple, almost too simple, but when done correctly, it directly reactivates that essential circulation mechanism without putting strain on your joints or requiring you to stand. To begin, sit in a sturdy chair with your back upright but relaxed. Place both feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. From here, keep the balls of your feet firmly grounded and slowly lift your heels off the floor. You should feel a gentle tightening in the back of your lower legs. Pause at the top for 1 to 2 seconds. This pause is important because it allows the muscle to fully engage and push blood upward. Then lower your heels back down slowly with control, not letting them drop. The key is rhythm and intention. Move at a steady pace, about 1 lift every 2 seconds. Breathe normally. Avoid holding your breath, as this can actually reduce the benefit. If you feel a mild warmth building in your calves after 20 repetitions, that's a good sign. Fresh blood is circulating again. A common mistake I often see is people rushing through the movement or bouncing their heels. That reduces effectiveness. Another mistake is doing too many repetitions too quickly, which can lead to cramping. If that happens, simply reduce the height of your lift or take a short break. This exercise is especially helpful if you've been sitting for more than 30 minutes after a long car ride or in the late afternoon when swelling tends to appear. It's safe to repeat multiple times a day because it's low impact and gentle on your body. If practiced consistently, many older adults begin to notice their legs feel lighter, less tight, and more responsive within a couple of weeks. It's not about pushing harder. It's about restoring a natural function your body depends on every single day. But here's the question most people don't think to ask. If your calves are this important, what happens when the joints just above them, your ankles and knees, aren't moving properly either? If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now, let's move on to point number 2. 2. Seated march, a gentle way to restart blood flow in your upper legs. Have you ever noticed that your legs don't just feel heavy? They feel slow to respond, almost like they need a moment to wake up after sitting. That sensation is more than stiffness. In many older adults, it's a sign that the larger muscles in the thighs have gone quiet, and when they do, circulation through the upper legs begins to slow down as well. Here's something most people aren't told clearly. Your thighs play a major role in moving blood back toward your heart. While the calves act as a pump, the muscles in your upper legs help carry that momentum forward. When those muscles aren't engaged, especially during long periods of sitting, blood flow becomes sluggish, and that contributes to fatigue, heaviness, and even a lack of confidence when standing up. This is where the seated march becomes one of the most practical and effective chair exercises you can do at home. It doesn't require strength, balance, or special equipment. What it requires is intention and control. To begin, sit in a firm chair with your feet flat on the floor and your back upright. Try not to lean back into the chair. This is important because posture helps activate the right muscles. From this position, slowly lift your right knee a few inches off the ground. You don't need to raise it high. What matters is that you feel the front of your thigh gently tighten as you lift. Then lower your foot back down quietly without letting it drop. Repeat the same motion with your left leg. The rhythm should be steady and calm, almost like a slow march in place. Aim for 1 lift per second, alternating legs. Continue for about 30 to 60 seconds. As you move, keep breathing naturally and focus on smooth, controlled motion rather than speed. One of the most common mistakes is using momentum, swinging the leg up quickly and letting gravity bring it down. That reduces muscle engagement and limits the circulation benefit. Another mistake is leaning backward, which shifts the work away from your thighs. Staying upright ensures the muscles do what they're supposed to do. This exercise is especially helpful if you've been sitting for extended periods, such as watching television, reading, or riding in a car. It gently reactivates circulation without putting stress on your knees or hips. For many older adults, this becomes a simple habit, something you can do during commercial breaks or while waiting for your morning coffee. With consistent practice, people often report that their legs feel more responsive, less heavy, and more prepared for standing or walking. It's a small movement, but it sends a clear signal to your body. Stay active, stay engaged, keep the blood moving. Now, here's something worth thinking about. If your thighs and calves start working again, how much more effective could circulation become if you activated both at the same time in one coordinated movement? 3. Seated leg extension with toe flex, a full circulation reset from knee to ankle. There's a moment many older adults recognize but rarely talk about. The feeling when your legs seem stiff, almost disconnected, after sitting too long. Not exactly pain, not quite weakness, just a sense that your legs aren't moving as smoothly as they used to. That subtle signal often points to something deeper. Your circulation isn't flowing efficiently through the entire length of your leg. What most people don't realize is this: improving circulation isn't just about one muscle group, it's about coordination. When your thighs and calves work together in sequence, blood moves more effectively from your feet all the way back toward your heart. But if one part of that chain is inactive, the whole system slows down. This is where the seated leg extension with toe flex becomes incredibly powerful. It's not just an exercise, it's a coordinated movement that helps flush circulation through your leg in a smooth, controlled way. To begin, sit upright in a stable chair with both feet flat on the floor. Keep your posture tall but relaxed. From here, slowly extend one leg forward until it's as straight as feels comfortable. You don't need to lock the knee. Just reach a point where you feel the muscles in your thigh gently engage. Now comes the most important part. Once your leg is extended, point your toes away from you, like you're pressing an invisible gas pedal. You should feel your calf tighten. Hold that position for about 2 seconds, then slowly pull your toes back towards your shin. This creates a stretch and release in the calf muscle. After that, gently bend your knee and bring your foot back to the floor. That entire sequence, extend, point, flex, and return, is one complete repetition. Aim for about 8 to 10 repetitions on each leg. Move slowly, breathe naturally, and focus on the feeling of the muscles working together rather than how far you can extend. If your knee feels stiff or uncomfortable, reduce the range of motion. Even a partial extension combined with the toe movement will still provide meaningful benefit. A common mistake is rushing through the steps or skipping the toe movement entirely. Without the toe point and flex, you lose the calf activation, which is the key driver of circulation in this exercise. Another mistake is holding your breath, something many people do without realizing it. Keep your breathing steady to support healthy blood flow. This movement is especially helpful after long periods of sitting, such as watching TV or working at a table. It gently reactivates both the upper and lower parts of your leg, helping reduce stiffness and improve overall comfort. With consistent practice, many older adults notice smoother movement, less tightness behind the knees, and a gradual reduction in that heavy leg feeling. It's not about intensity, it's about reconnecting the natural rhythm your body depends on. But here's where it gets even more interesting. What happens when you go one step further and begin restoring movement at the very lowest point of your legs, where circulation tends to slow down the most? If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. 4. Seated heel to toe rock, the missing link for ankle circulation most seniors overlook. There's a small, almost invisible movement your body depends on every time you take a step, and when it starts to fade, circulation in your legs can quietly slow down without you even noticing. Many older adults focus on their knees or hips, but the real bottleneck often begins lower, right at the ankles. Think about this for a moment. When you walk, your feet naturally roll from heel to toe. That rolling motion isn't just about movement, it's a built-in circulation mechanism. It helps push blood upward from the lowest point of your body. But when you spend long hours sitting, especially in a recliner or at the dining table, that motion disappears. Over time, the ankles become stiff, and blood tends to settle around the feet and lower legs. This is where the seated heel-to-toe rock becomes incredibly important. It may look simple, but it restores a movement pattern your body relies on every single day. To begin, sit comfortably in a chair with both feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Keep your posture upright but relaxed. Start by lifting your toes off the ground while keeping your heels planted. You'll feel a gentle engagement in the front of your lower legs. Then slowly lower your toes back down and lift your heels, pressing into the balls of your feet. This will activate your calf muscles. Now continue to alternate between these two positions: heels down, toes up, then toes down, heels up, creating a smooth rocking motion through your feet. The key here is fluidity. You're not snapping between positions. Instead, imagine a gentle wave moving through your feet. Each transition should feel controlled and deliberate. Aim for a steady rhythm, about one full rock every 2 seconds. Continue for 30 to 45 seconds. Breathing should remain natural throughout. There's no need to force anything. If you feel tension or cramping, reduce the range of motion and slow down the pace. One common mistake is turning this into a fast tapping motion. Quick, shallow movements don't activate the muscles deeply enough to support circulation. Another mistake is letting the upper body slump forward, which can limit the effectiveness of the movement. Sitting tall allows your body to function more efficiently. This exercise is especially helpful for those who notice swelling in their feet, stiffness in their ankles, or that tight shoe feeling later in the day. It's also ideal if walking feels limited or tiring because it mimics the natural mechanics of walking without requiring you to stand. With regular practice, many older adults begin to feel less stiffness in their ankles and a gradual reduction in that heavy, sluggish sensation in their lower legs. It's a subtle shift, but one that can make daily movement feel smoother and more comfortable. Now consider this: if you've reactivated your calves, engaged your thighs, and restored motion in your ankles, what happens when you bring all of those elements together into one real life movement your body performs every single day? 5. Sit to stand, the most practical way to restore circulation and independence. You might not think of standing up from a chair as exercise, but for many adults over 60, it's one of the most powerful movements your body performs all day. In fact, when this simple action starts to feel slower, heavier, or less steady, it's often a sign that both strength and circulation in your legs are beginning to decline. Here's what's important to understand. Every time you stand up, multiple muscle groups, your calves, thighs, and hips, contract together in a coordinated effort. That coordination doesn't just help you rise, it creates a strong upward push that moves blood from your legs back toward your heart. When this movement becomes limited or avoided, circulation weakens and daily tasks begin to feel more difficult. The sit to stand exercise is designed to restore that natural function in a safe, controlled way. It mirrors real life, which makes it one of the most effective exercises for maintaining independence as you age. To begin, sit in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor. Position your feet slightly behind your knees. This helps your body shift weight forward more easily. Sit near the edge of the chair if you can, keeping your back straight but relaxed. Now, gently lean your upper body forward, just enough so your weight moves over your feet. From there, press through your legs and slowly rise to a standing position. Take about 3 seconds to stand up. Once you're fully upright, pause briefly, then begin to sit back down, but even more slowly than you stood up. Aim for about 4 seconds as you lower yourself back into the chair. That slow descent is just as important as standing up. It keeps your muscles engaged longer, which improves both strength and circulation. If needed, you can place your hands on the armrests or your thighs for support. There's no need to rush or push beyond what feels comfortable. The goal is control, not speed. A common mistake is dropping quickly back into the chair. This removes much of the benefit and can place unnecessary stress on your joints. Another mistake is relying entirely on your arms without allowing your legs to do their share of the work. Use your hands as assistants, not as a replacement. This exercise is especially valuable if you've noticed that getting up feels harder than it used to, or if you tend to avoid standing because it feels unsteady. Practicing this movement regularly can improve not only circulation, but also confidence in everyday activities like getting out of bed, using the restroom, or standing up from the couch. Most older adults who practice this consistently begin to notice that standing feels smoother, less effortful, and more stable. It's not just about stronger legs, it's about restoring a movement your body depends on throughout the day. Now, here's what many people overlook. When you combine this real life movement with the gentle chair exercises you've just learned, something even more powerful begins to happen. Your legs don't just feel better, they start working together again as a complete system. Your legs are telling a story, and the next few years depend on how you respond today. There's something I want you to understand, not as a doctor speaking, but as someone who has seen this pattern unfold in thousands of older adults over the years. The changes in your legs, the heaviness, the stiffness, the swelling, they don't happen all at once. They happen quietly, gradually, often without pain at first. And that's exactly why they're so easy to ignore. But here's the truth many people only realize too late. Circulation is not just about comfort, it's about safety, independence, and how your body supports you when you're most vulnerable. As we age, the body becomes more sensitive to small disruptions. Blood flow slows more easily. Muscles fatigue faster. And during long periods of rest, especially at night, your circulation naturally decreases even further. This is when risks increase. Moments like standing up in the middle of the night and feeling unsteady, waking up with numbness or tightness in the legs, taking a step and not feeling fully in control. These are not random events. They are often the result of circulation that hasn't been properly supported during the day. What you do while you're awake directly affects how safe your body is when you're resting. Now, think about the next 1 to 5 years. If circulation continues to decline, muscles may weaken further. Balance may become less reliable. Everyday movements may start to feel uncertain. And over time, many people begin to move less, not because they want to, but because their body no longer feels dependable. But the opposite is also true. When you take small, consistent actions, like the chair exercises you've just learned, you begin to send a different message to your body. Stay active, stay responsive, keep the system working. These are not intense workouts, they are signals. Signals that help your muscles contract, your blood move, and your body stay connected from your feet all the way to your brain. And perhaps most importantly, they help preserve something that matters deeply to every older adult I've ever met: the ability to trust your own body. This isn't about reversing age, it's about understanding it and responding wisely. Because the difference between feeling stable and feeling uncertain often comes down to what you choose to do in small, quiet moments throughout your day. So here's a simple thought to carry with you. If your legs are already sending you signals now, what might they be asking for in the months and years ahead? These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.